Aloha, everyone. This is Dr. BethAnne K.W. Wright. Welcome to April's Your Mid-Month Magic, where we are checking in at mid-month and talking about what do the Akashic Records have to say about the month of April and what is happening with the eclipse and anything else that wants to come through today. So the records opened this month with an interesting image, and it was like a giant storm had just passed. I saw a big boat on a sea, and I saw somebody kind of staring off in the horizon, and you could see that there was sun that was starting to come up, and that there was this sense of a new horizon, a new dawn. And the records actually use the word new horizon to describe the month of April, as in being able to see a little bit farther onto the horizon. And that image that I saw, it was almost like in the storm, they could not see that they were close to land. And now they can see that there's like some islands in the distance. And in this image that came through, which is a metaphor for the energy, the individual in the ship was kind of assessing, where am I at? What island might that be? Where exactly are my bearings? So many of us might have entered the month of April feeling that way, as if March was this very turbulent, stormy month, and things kind of were settling down or dying down. A pregnant pause is what the record said many would feel at the beginning of April, which might have felt slow or hard or uncomfortable, especially after the busyness and chaos of March. But it was also an opportunity at the beginning of the month to reflect and assess. Where are you at? What progress have you made so far on your journey in 2023? How does that look like you thought it would? How is it not looking like you thought it would? And where might you need to kind of remap and reassess and recalibrate right now at this point in time? And what I felt with the records is that it is varied energy this month, that even though there might be more room to breathe in April, it felt like where we're at the beginning of the month and where we are at month's end are going to be different, and that things would pick up and the energy would begin to quicken, especially through mid-month into the end of the month. And the eclipse is coming up on the new moon in Aries on April 19th. Eclipse season is always about shifts and transformation. Usually eclipses come twice a year, eclipse season. And a lot of times I think of eclipses almost like bookends each year that really show us some of the big themes that we're working with, and big themes that we're working with changing and transmuting and transforming in our life. So we know that some shifts will be coming through with that for the collective, and we're part of the collective, so most likely for us as well as individuals. And if you are watching this and those shifts are already taking place, welcome to the party. You're right there. And if you're not really feeling that yet, most likely it will be coming soon. And the records didn't necessarily make that feel like a bad thing. It's interesting. When we say shifts or change, a lot of times for us that can sound a little bit scary, or many of us have a reaction to that. Something the records have been saying and repeating through like multiple months of messages that I've been bringing through is this encouragement to really reevaluate our relationship with the word change and shifts, and know that they can be a positive thing. Good things can come from them. Sometimes things need to be a little bit chaotic and off balance in our lives in order for us to find a new direction and reorder things. So it's not bad when we have shifts. We just don't like uncertainty and unpredictability on the human journey, even though that's what we're here for and that's where our soul growth is. So kind of one of the paradoxes of being humans, but it actually felt like some of the things that might be coming through felt good this month, like positive surprises. And really, according to the records, April is the month where we really start to see like what we're going to be working with the rest of the year. It's almost like January through March was a trial run, and we were just doing a pilot episode of the year 2023 and kind of trying out new stuff. We were experimenting, playing with our goals and our visions a little bit. And now it's like, okay, like we're here to play, and we're finding our stride. And I asked the angels just for an image of the energy right now for this month, right before I hopped on here, and I saw this really playful image, like if you were at a circus, and there's been like this big, I guess, paper, veil or something like that, like something that was hiding what was behind it. And you know that there was some kind of show behind it, and you're like, what is it? I wonder what it is. Like, what will it be? And all of a sudden, like something like burst through that paper, and you saw that breakthrough, and all of a sudden, like it was gone, and you could see what was behind the curtain, and you were like, oh my gosh, that's what it is. That is how it feels like this month might feel for us. Like this big veil is being lifted, or we're going to have this newfound breakthrough or clarity on something where all of a sudden, like, we see whatever's behind that. And I can't pretend like I know exactly what that means. The Akashic Records echoed that message as well, where they said there was going to be like more clear seeing and just really seeing more of what's going to be coming for you this year. It just feels like clarity. And I think our task is just to stay curious, stay in our hearts, pay attention to what shows up, and work with it as it unfolds. Our guidance this month is, I love this when the records get a little bit sassy with us. They said not to micromanage life, and that we have an invitation right now to like loosen our grip on control and just kind of loosen the reins a little bit and let go of the timelines and let go of having everything have to look a certain way at a certain time. If you were a director and you had done like everything you could to get a show ready for performance, and at this point, like, you've rehearsed, it's opening night, the curtains are opening in like 15 minutes, the audience is filed in, the lighting person knows what they're doing, props people are good, you've ran this thing into the ground, like you're ready for your audience. There's a certain point in time where you just turn it over to the ensemble and you say, okay, this is yours now. We made this together, and let's let whatever alchemy wants to come through happen. And that feels symbolic of where many of us are being invited to consciously work with spirit and work with things that might be beyond just ourselves, whether that's groups of people, something we've been creating, a collaboration where spirits are co-pilot, and we're like, I just have to trust the alchemy now. So it really, this month, the energy will be fluctuating, it will be varied, it will likely build throughout the month, and we can best work with it by surrendering and staying in our hearts, not micromanaging things, and allowing for whatever wants to come through. With that, I'm going to wrap this up for the month of April. I will be back here for May's mid-month magic around the middle of the month. You can find me in the meantime on my podcast, Your Heart Magic, or on my monthly newsletter, Akashic Magic. There's a bunch of links down in my bio if you're interested in learning more about my work. And you can find how best to engage with me. So that's enough of that. Have an amazing month. Have a fantastic eclipse. And until next time, be well, be love, be you, and be magic. Aloha, everyone.